playing Mali in Bamako. That's a tough game, and if the Black Stars can get a result there, it'll put our World Cup dreams back on track. Anyway, let's move back home. We'll talk about Otuado on another day. So it's a big conversation ongoing out there. We'll have time to really delve into it, the pros and cons, and his second coming. Some second comings are great, others a little bit tricky. Anyway, Hearts of Oak on the menu. They take on Tano Bofoakwa this afternoon, and the Phobians are on a very good streak. If they should win this game, that'll be 5 and now 4. Before the break, they won, and they've won 3. It will be 4.
Before the break, they won against Bechim. They came back this particular second round. They've been able to win 2 games. So
I believe we are dealing with the second round. It's under the new coach.
And then 3.
It's under the new coach.
The new coach.
If they should win today, it's 3.
3.
So we are looking at the new coach, under the new coach. That's from the second round of the league.
The Watara era. That's what they're saying. I mean, look,
so
honestly,
that's where
the name Watara already inspires a lot of, positives. So maybe he's tapping into that. And guess what? Ofi Ivory Coast never. So maybe he's bringing something from our French brothers.
You remember the game that he played and he substituted Hamza Isa,
and people didn't understand.
When he was asked why he was, I said, I've substituted him. He has scored
I'm the
2
coach.
goals. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Today Hamza is on the bench and then Isa Kuka is starting.
Yeah, so he's the coach.
Of course.
Once he's winning, he can do what
really change out of the 2 games that he has
He
played.
can bring academy boys. If they win, nobody will complain.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, it's a big game. Tano Bofoakwa are really struggling. Remember, at this time, in the first round, they were at the top and unbeaten. They beat Hearts of Oak by a goal to 0. But this time around, they're really having problems. This is not the time they would want to face informed Hearts of Oak. But this is football and anything can happen. But key issues around the game, in fact, tactical side and chain, management, and supporters, and issues that affect the playing body sometimes happen off the pitch. Look at their position. They are in deep, deep, deep trouble.
17th on the league log with 19 points after 19 games. So it tells you they are in a difficult period in the Ghana Premier League. I think they need to wake up and make sure if they want to survive in the Ghana Premier League, play beyond what we've seen in recent times. And they are really struggling compared to what happened during the Frimpong Manso's era at Bofoakwa Tano. So Bofo need to play beyond what we've seen in recent times in their games in Sunyani to survive in the Ghana Premier League. They have a good team. But when Saka and the key players in the Bofoakwa Tano team are not gelling, they struggle to win games. But I think Ande Duafo, they are really struggling. And they are facing an informed House of Folk with a big motivation from their new coach and the current administration trying to make sure things will work for House of Folk Football Club. And it looks like they are in a super form. So if Bofoakwa is traveling to Sogakwa to face House of Folk, they need to play beyond what we've seen in recent times to get the good results.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Coach, obviously, Frimpong Manso's departure has not, it didn't bode well for them since he left. Almost struggled, and they're in the relegation
9
zone.
games away from home, they've been 1-1.
Yeah,
they've drawn 7 and then lost 2. So for me, I think that they are really struggling after the exit of Frimpong Manso, as you rightly said, and some key players are also missing in their games. I mean, Duafo is not a bad coach. He was the assistant to Prosper in Prosper's first, and then he went to handle Kutuku Royals. I think he did a very good job there. But at the end of the day, before he went there, the team is already relegated. But I think that he's not a bad coach. But if House of Folk should underrate Bofoakwa today, yeah, they can cause upset. Because looking at Bofoakwa game against House of Folk in Sunyani, where they won by lone goal under Frimpong Manso, they dominated House of Folk. And House of Folk struggled in that game. And even if you watch the goal that Saka Dauda scored against House of Folk, Kofi Agbesima, I think that was his second game for House of Folk. So he was panicking in that game. And it could clearly tell you that, look, he's an improved player today. He's now the captain for House of Folk and he's starting today. This is a game that House of Folk players would love to win and make it 3 for the coach. The coach will also love to win and make it 3 for himself before probably he begins to play the likes of Olympics, the likes of Mediama and the Kotokos. So for me, I think that it's going to be a difficult game for both sides, but I think House of Folk are slightly favorites in this game.
Yeah, they are, and they've been doing well. I mean, the good thing is that when you don't concede, it gives you confidence. They did concede first, but they came back to score and win in their last game. I think they've broken the bridge at Insatroman, and Dreams has since gone there also to win. But looking at their form, it's just the one blip. And that was a crackover game in Kumasi. That was Hearts of Oak's home game.
Yeah.
And they took it to the Babayara Sports Stadium. Excellent game.
I mean, that game was an excellent game, as you mentioned, and the both teams played very well. It's unfortunate they lost that game, but they didn't disgrace themselves in that game. And talking about the Insatroman game, I think that Coach Maswell said it. He said the instruction was clear for his players because Abubakar Watara decided to go in for the 4-4-2 diamond in the second half. So he also instructed his players to use their flanks very well, the likes of Dio, Stephen Dio and the like. They were not able to go according to tactical instructions that he gave them. But I think that Cisse and Hamza Issa were fantastic. And the way he played Linda behind the two, and then of course Salim, and of course Salifu from just close range within the strikers was fantastic. And I think that House of Oak gathered momentum in that game when Salifu got the equalizer through the deflection into the net, and House of Oak built upon it and then probably went ahead to score that wonderful goal from Cisse. I think that it is a good grounds for House of Oak. I mean, you remember the day under Boadu when they won the league? That was where they went to play their last game against Wafa, which they won. House of Oak, this is not the first time they are going to Soga Kope to play. And I think that they should be able to play and play very well. The coach has had consistency. Richard Atta, Amankwabe Efi has been able to play. This is going to be his third game under this coach. And then Michael Ampedu on the bench, one of the finest right back on the bench. Kosa has maintained his position. Kofi Agbesima and then Gomini are also the two centre backs. I mean, Otanga won the MVP the last time. And look at the role that he's playing in this game. Salifu and then Salim. And of course, Issa Kuka is coming to replace Hamza Issa, who is on the bench. So he needs to prove why the coach has chosen him ahead of a player who has scored 8 goals for House of Oak, 4 at home, 4 away. And for me, I think that he's trying to build and give confidence to the players of House of Oak. So when you get your chance, you need to prove it. But I'm saying that Bofoakwa Tano may be, I think, 16th or 17th on the Ghana League with 19 points minus 7. Yeah, that shouldn't deter them from playing House of Oak. This is a game that they have nothing to lose. And I think that House of Oak wants to make a case for themselves. And remember, House of Oak is playing this game between them and Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Before, it was 11 points between House of Oak and Kumasi Asante Kotoko. And then in Kotoko 2 games, they've lost those games. And I think that it's been very, very difficult for House of Oak under Coach Watara. I'm talking about the players. So if you don't fight and you are not able to show some kind of character within your training, within the games that he chooses you to play, we are going to find things very difficult. It's definitely going to be a tough game. House of Oak are favourites in this game, but hey, they shouldn't underrate Bofoakwa Tano.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It's a big game, and Coach Watara certainly trying to get an all-round team. And if you look at the Hearts of Oak team, you mentioned Kosa, Agbesibe, I mean, very experienced. Salifu, gradually you're seeing the makings of a very solid team if they can keep them together, and they'll be, a force to reckon with in this season and a couple of seasons to come.
He had 2 weeks training session with the team before they play out to you. So after that win, it cushioned him, and he really, really saw what some of the players can do and what others cannot do. And after me speaking to the assistant coach Tijani, he told me that Watara is a serious coach and the players are there to prove a point. They went all the way to Instructor and they won. And he only asked the supporters to support the team. They should come to the training grounds and watch whatever they are doing there. And it is manifesting in their games that they are playing. So I think that he keeping the squad out of 11, only 1 change within their spine. Yeah, I think that the coach is trying to send a signal out there that he wants to have a consistent team. And Osesibe is injured. Afrani is one of the finest players that you can have on the local scene when he was playing for King Faisal. Through injuries and all that, he couldn't play. And this is the goal that I was talking about. After this goal from Salifu, House of Oak began to gather confidence. And they took the game to Iswateman. And they were dominating as if they were playing at home. And for me, I think that is a kind of mentality that he has put within the House of Oak players. Every player wants to fight. Every player wants to make a case for themselves. And motivation-wise,
Togbe is doing his thing.
Everything possible
right.
for them. And for me, when was the last time you heard House of Oak players complaining about bonuses, salary, and all that? So for me, I think that the only thing they need to do is that they need to go according to the coach's instruction. Excellent back heel. Dennis Kosa was not selfish. And look at the strike.
I was about to say, let's go back and look at Dennis Corsa's run, if you look at the role he played here, he really was aggressive.
He's reminding me of Corsa of Ebusiano. I'm talking about Dennis Corsa. He's now reminding me of Dennis Corsa of Ebusiano.
So let's go back to just when he comes into frame.
Watch where he started running.
Let's not forget the position Corsa plays. He's taking a gamble, but he's seen that it's 2 against 1. So what should be about
initially, he was looking at Cisse. He was not looking at Hamza Issa. So he was looking at Cisse. So when he realized that Cisse was getting closer and Hamza probably be closed down by the centre back for Iswateman, the right position was where he took the right direction where he took. And watch his run.
Yes.
Look at the position. In his own half, he never stopped.
And I'm saying that, Coach,
he kept on running.
Look at his direction. He changes direction. Watch here. He changes direction because now he knows.
Cisse is running through the middle.
Right. Very intelligent.
Move to the left side.
Cisse could have lost the game, the ball.
Watch this.
Yes.
Excellent. This is telepathy.
Corsa could have gone and shot at goal, but he was not selfish.
Yeah. Experience.
Hamza Issa was in an offside position, but he realized that between the two players there was a space. And he has to lay the ball and watch the first control. And I've said it here. A first control of a player, of a ball, determines how your second pass or strike will go. And just watch it. Full glare of the goalpost. And it was a blast. He was not going to place. He was not going to try to lobby or behind the goalkeeper. It was a blast of a bullet. And for me, that was the winning goal for Accra House of Folk.
Yeah, and well deserved. So they're very confident and looking at. And Nana, obviously, Watara is doing his own thing. He's showing that he's in charge. Look at the changes he's making. But are you surprised, that the top marksman is on the bench?
For House of Folk?
Yes.
That is Kashara Ramos.
No.
For today, yes. The Cisse guy is very calm on the ball. And I think, he's a typical centre forward. A lot of players around him, and I think it's working for House of Folk. He has that confidence in front of goal, and I think for him to be the main centre forward, House of Folk is helping them, and he's bringing something in this House of Folk team. The previous strikers are not doing that for House of Folk, and today he has given Isakuka that opportunity to pair with Kasim Cisse to get the best out of the team. And I think Isakuka too is a proven player in the Ghana Premier League. He has played in the Premier League before moving outside, coming back to House of Folk Football Club. So rich experience in the local league to support Hamza and the rest of the players in the House of Folk team. So I'm not really surprised he is starting. But I agree with people who are talking about, Hamza is not starting because under Watara, he has scored crucial goals for House of Folk Football Club. And I think he's their top scorer this particular season. So if a player like this is fully fit, why do you bench him? But Issa Kuka and Kasim Cisse are equally good players. On a good day, they can make the difference. And this is Bofoakwa Tano. They are bad travelers in the Ghana Premier League. So games like this, some of these coaches would like to give other players opportunities to also show something on the field of play. And I think that is the reason why Watara is starting Issa Kuka and, of course, Kasim, especially when it's a home game. So it's a good, changes that the coach has done in today's game against Bofo.
They just can't get a win, can they? They're just struggling to even score. And then when they do lose, they conceded 3 their games. Dreams, not a surprise result. Dreams, obviously one of the top teams in the Ghana Premier League currently. But where are the goals going to come from? I don't know. Tano Bofoakwa seems like a team that's rudderless and leaderless. They need something soon. And maybe a good result against Hearts could propel
like how
the transformation.
Lions had their good game against Kotoko.
Yeah, well, they did, but then they lost their next game.
The point is that teams that plays Hearts and Kotoko overwork themselves to get the results. You watch the Karela game yesterday. We watched the House of Football, the first leg. We watched Lions against Kotoko. Teams that play Hearts and Kotoko always play above themselves to get the results. So that is where if you are House of Folk or you are a Kotoko and you are playing such teams, you need to be focused, you need to concentrate and make sure that you get the job done when the chances come. Because these are players who are fighting to come and play House or Kotoko. At the end of the day, when Iswateman play Kotoko in the first leg, today, Emmanuel Kote is playing for Kotoko in the second round of the league. Yeah, it's possible Dauda, Saka, the captain for Bofo, by the end of the season, could come to House of Folk. So for me, I think that the players playing Hearts and Kotoko needs to also understand that, look, the teams that we are playing gives over 100%. So what are we also going to do to be up there and make sure that we dominate them and then play better than them? It's a test case for House of Folk players and, of course, the coach himself. Probably he's going to tell us that he has studied Bofoakwa, he knows how Bofoakwa plays and all that. And for me, this is a game that it will give House of Folk the big opportunity whether they will be able to make it within the top 4 or probably winning the Ghana Premier League, this particular game.
Yeah, mathematically, they can still win the Ghana Premier League. That's the reality in terms of, especially with the points difference between the top 7 clubs. If you look at the ladder, they're the Phobians in their rainbow colours, and that's the man of the moment, Watara, the coach with the magic touch. I saw him in Ivory Coast, as I said, and it would have been nice if he had told me, Charlie Yao, me back, hard to vote. You know, so when he was Oketri. Yeah. Oh, yes.
He used to stay in Kumasi. They relate to Coach Ibrahim Tanko.
Yeah. You know,
they used to stay within the same area.
He knows what's up. You know, there's Bofoakwa. Nice jersey, by the way. But the green and white, they need to really do something, especially as, you know, the community, the whole Sunyani, if I could say the whole Sunyani, I mean, that this fan base has been rallying behind them. They need to really respond well, but it's going to be a tough game.
Bofu went down after the incident with Swatreman, when Maswakunedu was attacked, when some players were attacked, and they were suspended for playing their home games.
And it's affected them.
Of course, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, you have at least you have advantages when you are playing at home. The number 12, I'm talking about the fans, will definitely outnumber the opposing team and fans. So for me, I think that they missed it when they attacked Iswateman, Maswakunedu, and the rest of the people out there. But for me, I think they've come down. They have a new coach in the person of Eduafo. He's a very good coach. But the signal that I'm sending out there is that a team that is down, when they are fighting, over 100% performance that they will give. They will fight to make sure that at the end of the day, even if the team should go to relegation, as Befame, Kotoko Befame,
Abukari Damba said something that a dying horse has a powerful kick. And he proved it.
Of course, he did.
You know.
And the game that he played against Kotoko, his goalkeeper, for me, I love my heart for that goalkeeper. I no wonder he won the man of the match. So this is a game that House of Folk players needs to prove that, look, we want to make a case for ourselves. We want our fans to be happy. So let's go all out and make sure that we beat Bofu. And
so
I also try to send signal to their fans home that, look, we are here. Today is the starting point. We are going to fight with House of Folk. We are going to make sure that we get a point or points from this particular game. So it's definitely going to be a difficult game. But on paper, House of Folk stands as favourite to carry the 3 points.
And in games like this, when you get 3 out of 3 in the second round, it gives the boys that needed confidence to play the rest of the games in the second round. When we look at the point between House of Folk and Asante Kotoko, if they're able to get the maximum 3 points today, they are closing up. And that is what most of these supporters would like to hear or see from their team. And despite getting the result against RTU, beating Merida by 3 goals to 0, beating Nswatreman by 2 goals to 1, they are playing some good football, right from the back to the attack. We've seen a different Rich Data in the 2 games that they've played in the second round. You can see the changes from the back 4. He maintained Dennis Kosa at the left back. Kofi Abesima is pairing with Nimi. Now, Amankwabe Efi have gotten that confidence in recent games that they've been playing for House of Folk Football Club. So it looks like the coach is doing something within the team that is bringing the best out of the team.
It's in almost like a rotation, but not entirely. But key players, key areas, not so rotation.
For someone to join a new team in the space of 1 month and choose 3 different captains, even though someone like Kofi Abesima has been the captain of Bechem United for more than 2 seasons, he's an experienced player in the local scene. Someone like Kefno Siesibe, one of the leaders those days for Techima 11 Wonders, and of course, Richard that arrived from Minas Charles and Heart of Folk Football Club. He has been one of the best goalkeepers in the local scene. So he knows their qualities on the field of play. He has seen them in training grounds, and he thinks these are the 3 players who are supposed to lead this House of Folk team to glory. And I think they are doing that job for House of Folk. So I think he has taken the right decision for House of Folk Football Club. So I think in today's game, they will do a lot to get the maximum 3 points. I'm sure they are going to get like 3 goals against Bofoakwa Tano. They are not playing good football in an away games, and I'm tipping House of Folk to get a heavy win today in Sugar Coffee. Yeah,
Coach, you did mention that these are matches where coaches and teams must prove themselves. We saw it, Mando Heart of Lions against Kotoko. They had to play above themselves. We saw it, Karela. Can Bofu also do that? Can they bring that spirit and try to fight for a win against all odds?
It depends on how Coach Eduafo parade his players or probably he approached this game. He's having Elvis Opoku, the experience Elvis Opoku. All his playing career has been with Aduana Stars before he came to Lagos Cities with issues. He has to go back to Aduana, and now he's playing for Bofoakwa Tano in Medford. I mean, of course, you talk of Saka Dauda. I mean, they are captain for the side. They have very good team, but it depends on the approach. And yes, this is the House of Folk new captains. Of course, you talk of discipline. Kofi Agbesima is one of the disciplined players that you can speak about. Richard Atta has been with House of Folk, a player that came from Achima Planners straight away. He had his chance under Bodu. He went to the World Cup with the Blasters. And of course, looking at Osesibe, his workaholic play, the agency that he puts in his play, the commitment that he shows on the field of play.
He's a leader on the pitch.
The commitment that he shows on the field of play.
I was expecting even Costa to be considered. He's another...
It depends on how the coach sees them. It depends on how the coach has also been told.
But it's fine when you have abundance of talents and
they are all disciplined players, of course. Right. I'm sure that they are matured, disciplined, and of course, if you are not disciplined, you cannot play under coach Watara. No way. So for me, I think that it is a game that the House of Folk have their own issues. The coach has come in with a kind of consistency. Only made one change in the last game that they played in Swatreman. Bofo is coming in this game as underdogs. And I'm saying that, yeah, playing against underdogs, you need to be very careful. You need to communicate very well. You need to make sure that you block spaces where they will use to punish you. This is a game that Bofoakwa are underdogs. But yeah, this is a game that they will fight to make sure that they get a point out of this game.
Yeah, no doubt. A message from China. I'll read it in a bit. He says, I'm watching live. I'm trying to get... Sir Martin. Okay, Sir Martin is in Shanghai, China. He's watching this live. That's great. Remember to tell a friend to tell a friend. Star Times on app. You can watch it wherever you are in the world, whether it is in Shanghai, as Sir Martin is saying, or it is in Barcelona or in Calcutta. You just have to go to the Google Play Store, download, and then you can, voila, follow the instructions and you can get your view to watch the Star Times on app. Very, very easy. So no excuse at all. And then if you don't have the decoder, Ellie Kondo tells me we have a lot of decoders in store. So do order yours before the Easter. Apart from the Ghana Premier League, there's some goodies, telenovela and sports, a whole bouquet of sports for you to enjoy yourselves, and basketball as well. Okay, so the match is at the top of the hour, and Hearts of Oak are expected to win. Remember, this live coverage is brought to you by Medema for Herbal. Don't take your health for a joke at all or for granted. Medema will sort you out there. High Sense, everyday prices for everyday people. JB Fresh as well, making sure they partner with us, and also Soccerbet. Right, let's go for a quick break. When we come back, we'll be getting closer to kickoff, and hopefully we'll talk to the two trainers. welcome back. It's Ghana month, so, Akwaba once again to our friends and our visitors from across the world, those who are here to enjoy the African Games, which is ongoing. Congratulations to all the medalists so far, and also those who have not won but are participating. Ayiko to all of them. Swimming, and we've got weightlifting and a few others. I know Osei Sibe is very confident of at least 15 medals from arm wrestling, which is great as well, so yeah, you're good. Back to the Ghana Premier League. Heart of Oak, hot favourites. Changes all around. Watara already is showing confidence of a coach who's been in the system for a long time. Very, very confident.
Yeah, that is the whole of a new coach coming into a new team. They'll try to change things, and of course, players will like to improve under a new coach so that they will all get playing time under him. And that is what I'm seeing from these boys. Naturally, Heart of Oak, they've gotten one of the best squad in the local scene. They were not getting the best out of them under the previous coaches, and I think that is what Watara has brought into this Heart of Oak team. So the likes of Michael Ampedu, the only player in the team who played all the games in the first round, now he's struggling to get starting place in that Heart of Oak team. It tells you the kind of competition the coach has created in the team. Kashara Ramos, he scored Heart of Oak first goal this season in the Ghana Premier League. He's struggling to make it into the first 11. So it tells you the competition the coach has created in the Heart of Oak team, and it's bringing the best out of these guys. So that is one of the things that is bringing the best out of the Heart of Oak team. So I want to see a different Heart of Oak team against Bofoakwa. Bofoakwa are not playing well, and I think if Heart of Oak really want to close up the gap between them and the satellites of Kotoko, Samates, and of course Indiana Stars, games like this, you need to pick the maximum 3 points.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Live shots coming from Sugakove. You look at the Phobian setup now, coach, player for player. Gradually, I mean, yes, they did not really start the season well. Even the new boys who've come in have suddenly begun to gel. Linda Untange is one player who's got great potential. He's not being consistent. If they gel, if they hit it, if they get their act together, there will be a very difficult proposition for any team in the Ghana Premier League.
Player in House of Oak setup. There are all players that are there. Mm-hmm. It's a matter of coaching. Well, Cisse is not a new player. He has been there with.
Yeah, when I say new player, those who are now being brought into form, even today.
I'm saying that. And the new coach, but this place has been in House of Oak what
I mean is that they've not been playing consistently.
I know. I'm talking about coaching. I mean, they had the coach who was not using them. But Watara came, started using some of the players, and even the names were even missing in House of Oak. Salim is House of Oak player. He traveled, he came back, and I mean, Watara didn't know him. He got to know him at the training grounds, and he felt that look, he's a good player. Let me use him. I mean, he saw Cisse, and they speak one language. He understands him. Probably knows him in Côte d'Ivoire. So for me, I believe that it is something that it is very good. For me, that is very good for House of Oak. It is good the players are lifting up their performance. It's good that the players are lifting whatever they want to do for House of Oak. And for me, let me give credit to the coach.
There is a hardness, toughness about them gradually. I can't say anything that is beginning to, show itself. Nana. Is that a hallmark of also a new coach, and players want to show the new coach that, hey, boss, I'm here. I want to show what I can do and get selected.
I think it boils down to the competition that he has created within the team. Hamza started the first game under him. The second game today is on the bench. You can see players fighting for positions in various areas in this House of Oak team. So I'm sure that competition that he has created within the team is the reason why the players are playing good football. You got to a time you can predict House of Oak first 11. Now even Hamza is now on the bench for House of Oak for a new player to come in, Issa Kuka. So it tells you that competition that he has created in the team has brought the best out of them. And he has got that luck around him because all the players who were injured previously are fully back into the team. In the first round, some of the key players were not consistent. Linda Ntange was not consistent in the first round. This time round, he has been fully fit playing with the team. Amankwabe, if he were not getting playing time, this time he's a key player in this Watara team. So he's getting the best out of these players. So these are some few things that has brought the best out of this House of Oak team. But in all, I think they've gotten quality players than the Bofoakwa Tano team. That is the strength of this House of Oak team. That is why I'm tipping them to get the maximum 3 points today to add up to the already 6 points they've gotten in the second round.
No doubt about that. And yeah, I mean, Bofo are in trouble, but you can't reiterate the fact that these footballers have a tendency to show up when you least expect. They've got it in them, just like Hartsvogel have had it in them, but they're now being, given a different vibe altogether. Fans will be there.
He's an experienced player in the local scene, formerly of Bibiani Gold Stars, moving to Ediana Stars, now playing for Bofoakwa Tano. In fact, he came to Accra to play for Legon Cities. Now he's playing for Bofoakwa Tano. So rich experience in the local scene. Former FA Cup best player, and he has been in the local scene for some time. Former under-23 player.
Yeah, I've got this, interesting message from Ransford Entry. He's one of the, big pushers or bankrollers of Bofoakwa Tano. And he says that, look, it's time for the rank and file of Bofo to really rally behind the team and support them, for everybody to put their differences to one side and support the team. They can't go back to, they can't go on relegation. And then he's also saying that, interestingly and ironically, Bofo can use the mantra of Hartsvogel, never say die, that mentality until the end of the season. So this is where it starts. That's an interesting one. We use the Hartsvogel mantra, no, and then they will use that to continue and survive in the Ghana Premier League. And Ransford Entry, obviously we know what he's been doing for the club over and out. So hopefully we're going to have a really good game this afternoon in Sogakope. Good crowd as well expected.
Of course, I've said it earlier on. You see, Bofoakwa or any other team playing Hearts and Kotoko around this time of the league, we always want to play above themselves. So if you are Hearts or Kotoko and playing against such teams, you also need to have a positive approach to your games. Your attitude should be different. And of course, try to make sure that you dominate and make sure that you take control of the game. And for me, I think that Bofoakwa will not, they are going to give us folk a run for their money. But it depends on how Watara approach this game. Is he going to go with a 4-4-2 diamond that he played in the second half in the game against Inswatre? And this is an AstroTurf. The wind is at the other side. So probably it's going to be a different. We are not going to see.
We did hear something about the wind.
That is from Bashir Ford.
Right.
Yeah, he spoke about the wind.
Yeah, and if a coach of his caliber says that, then it means it's something that is a factor. But we shouldn't dismiss it.
This is the first time Bashir Ford.
He said it was a factor. He didn't say that was why they lost.
No, it's a factor. But the point I'm trying to say is that a coach that has gone to Sogakope for not once, not twice.
Okay, Uni, talking of coaches, let's go to Sogakope and hear from the two coaches at Bridgeside. Situation, and if you listen to the two of them, you'd get a sense of what we should expect. I think they're actually ready, standing by for us. As soon as we get a signal, we'll be heading to Sogakope for the countdown to kickoff. Do we have time? No, we don't. They're ready. So let's join Prince Annan and the commentary team in Sogakope.
Thank you very much. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Wafa Park here in Sogakope, where we're bringing you the concluding stage of match day 20 in the Ghana Premier League. This afternoon, it is Accra Hearts of Oak stay at home and welcome Bofoakwa Tano, who've traveled all the way from Sunyai to see whether they can upset Accra Hearts of Oak again. It's been very hot, very sunny here, with a mild wind gently blowing across Sogakope and its environs. It makes it very ideal for association football here this afternoon. And of course, we're looking forward to nothing but what would be the best of Ghana football, brought to you by Accra Hearts of Oak and Bofoakwa Tano. My name is Prince Annan, and I'll be walking you through commentary for 90 minutes as the two teams get ready to join us on the field of play for hostilities to begin. It's Accra Hearts of Oak who are sporting their traditional rainbow colors of the red, the yellow and the blue, and they're taking on Bofoakwa Tano, who are also sporting their traditional colors of green and white. We shall be telling you, the gentlemen, to do justice for both sides for 90 minutes, plus of course the officials who are going to be in action in today's encounter. Once again, wherever you're watching this live action, thank you very much for joining us, and welcome once again to the Wafa Park here in Sogakope. The Ghana Premier League concludes match day 20 today, and is the final fixture which will determine which of these two sides would either climb up the ladder in terms of placings or positioning on the Ghana League table log, or whether they will take a slip. So far, it's been good for Accra Hearts of Oak. The second round started with all wins in all games. Can't say the same for the visitors today, Bofoakwa Tano. But if Bofoakwa Tano have one thing over Accra Hearts of Oak, is the fact that they beat them in the first round by a 1-0. The gentleman who solidified 3 points for Bofoakwa Tano is still the captain and is on the field of play to hopefully continue where he left off. There we have Saka Dauda as the captain of Bofoakwa Tano, and he will be leading the charges onto the field of play. Accra Hearts of Oak this afternoon will be captained by the new captain Kofi Akbashima. Let's take a look at how the permutations and formations stand out. There's a 4-4-2 formation by Watara Abubakar, the head coach of Accra Hearts of Oak. His victory throughout, and so we've got the likes of Richard Atta in goal, and we're going to see a lot of support coming from Salifu Ibrahim in Tange, and of course Kosa from the flanks, who's going to be doing a lot of running. Let's watch out for Cisse, who's been showing a lot of clean pair heels, and Watara Abubakar, as he told us earlier on, it's the discipline that counts, and this is what he's worked on in Accra Hearts of Oak since he joined the team. Coach John Eduafo of Bofoakwa Tano believes that it's still the tall order, yes indeed, but also has faith in the fact that in goal, Cisse Tijani would score a quick clean sheet today, but of course Saka Dauda will be the danger man up front. He will get a lot of support from experienced Elvis Opoku and Andrews Apau as well. And so 50-50 game it is. Coaches believe that they are equal sides on the field of play, but after